Of course, we're all listening closely to what the candidates are saying, but we're also, whether or not we know it or not, studying their body language, studying the nuance. And I want to talk to Bill McCain right now about that. He's a communications coach and has been studying the candidates, not only for what they're saying, but also just for the way they appear. Nice to see you.
Good to be here.
Okay, well, let's first talk about the fact that I'm using my hands, you're using your hands.
You're doing them beautifully, Melissa.
Well, no, but we're both using our hands.
Right.
So how much are you watching what the candidates are saying with their hands?
Mm-hmm. I think, what we coach clients to do is have your movement around the stage, if you're not locked behind a podium or seated, have the movement mean something. Have the use of your hands mean something. Your hands can be an opportunity to just bold and underline like the main point you're trying to make. Don't have them move rhythmically, so now it seems like I'm basically doing this punching of the air every 5 seconds. And in that second debate, I think my observation and the observation of many was that John McCain had no purpose to his movement around the stage. And when you're 72 years old, I think wandering sort of aimlessly is not really the image you want to project.
Well, what was interesting too is that wandering, if you want to use that word, almost became fodder for late night talk shows. You saw it on them in the later hours of television.
Absolutely. The other thing on the video that was just playing, McCain, you and I were speaking a minute ago, has a really hard time with eye contact. And I think voters, need that look you directly in the eye and say something and connect with you. From the moment he walked on the stage in that second debate and took his seat, he couldn't wait to break eye contact with Brokaw, with Obama, with the camera, with the audience, and immediately he started scribbling something. Now,
I noticed that the minute he sat down, before there was even a debate, he was writing something down in a notepad.
What could he possibly have needed to write down?
An important point he wanted to make sure to hammer home?
Maybe, but at that moment you have to set the scene with the audience, make a connection with them.
You're talking about eye contact. Much has been made about the contact or lack thereof eye contact between the two candidates. With the format tonight, they're seated at a small table. Will eye contact be inevitable, or because they may be sitting side by side, will it be actually difficult to maintain
eye
contact?
Well, we were saying, will you have to shift your body to now take on your opponent? I think McCain does not feel comfortable letting Obama have it, looking him in the eye, and a lot's been spoken about that. I think he may still be critical of Obama, but he will not be saying it directly to him.
Well, the format, I believe, is designed to make it more of a conversation. Can you have that confrontation along with the conversation?
I think that really remains to be seen. I think it's very difficult for somebody like John McCain on the day after this headline reporting in major newspapers that the negativity has backfired. Against that backdrop, how willing is he going to be to take off the gloves in this debate? I think he has seemed in his communication style and the sort of lurching back and forth between positions, he seemed erratic the last 2 weeks. Tonight is really his opportunity to restore a little of that consistency.
The Obama campaign certainly trying to position him as being erratic, position McCain as being erratic. We've talked at length about John McCain. What about Barack Obama? What has he been doing well or not doing well in the debates so far?
Well, he's enjoyed the benefits of being in a leadership position. When you're a little bit ahead, you can play a little bit more defensively. And I think what you've seen from him in the first two debates is no great risk-taking, no big chances he's taken. I think he's played it pretty safe. He's not trying to fix what's not broken. And what I think he's done extremely well is when he's under attack from Senator McCain, he's sat very serenely, very placidly on the front of his chair, not twitching, not fidgeting, not wincing, not scribbling notes, but looking him directly in the eye with a confident look on his face. He has seemed really unflappable under attack. We'll see if that happens tonight.
So are you looking at both of them saying one has been coached more than the other?
I think that it's clear that Obama has a strategy on what to do physically when he's under attack. And, you look years back at Kerry and Gore, and when they're under attack, they shake their head like, that's not right. And, there is a new way of thinking that don't react at all and just wait your turn, still listen, look confident, look bright, and then deliver the goods when it's your turn.
But what about being overcoached? Then the true you, the true candidate may not come out, right?
And I think that that's some of the criticism you're finding circulating about Sarah Palin, that she is too much a product of her media coaches. And I think a good, successful media coach figures out what the basic style, language, voice, and personality of the trainee is. And you enhance the best qualities of the trainee, not trying to make them somebody they're not. You have to feel comfortable in your own skin, you know, at the end of the day, and a good coach will figure out how to allow the trainee to do that.
You know, everything you've talked about, the eye contact, don't wander, try not to make too much of a facial expression, almost more of a poker face when someone is speaking. It seems like all that information really could apply to any of us, and I mention that because there are so many people that are looking for jobs right now.
That's right, and I think that a lot of times things are said, say, to a job applicant to gauge what their reaction to it is.
Almost.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly, and sometimes you say a lot more when you're not talking with your facial expression to something, you know. So it's good training across the board.
Very insightful. Again, communications coach Bill McGowan, thank you so much, the
Thanks,
founder
Melissa.
and CEO of Clarity Media Group. Nice to meet you.
Good to be with you.
Much.
Thanks so much.